All right. Is my guest coming in? Where is she? Hold on just a second. Let me see if she's waiting for me. Okay, here we go. So I haven't told them where I'm at.
Okay, cool.
Come on over, and we'll chat for a minute, and then we'll go over to the machine. Okay, guys, so I am so excited because I told you that I had a very different 3 Themes at 3 today, right? And some people were saying, you're in a very white office. And I said, yes. And they said, where's the quilt? And I said, I know, it's a problem. Because I want to introduce you to my very good friend and physical therapist, Miss Amy.
Hello. Nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, that's right. Is this the coolest thing? I am at physical therapy today for 3 Themes at 3. Now, how much do I care about all of you, right? The fact that I would squeeze it in. I felt like that for the last 6 months of my life. Yeah. We became pretty good friends here.
That's true.
A lot of quality time. And Amy has been one of my physical therapists here, and she is absolutely wonderful. And any of you in the Logan area, Cache Valley area, and if you need a good physical therapist, I want you to, I'm gonna put your logo right here for a minute. So everyone knows, go to see Back at Work Physical Therapy here in Cache Valley. Do you guys have you have a few locations, don't you?
We're opening one in South Logan next week.
Yes.
And we have one in Clearfield and Tremont in Utah as well.
I didn't realize Clearfield.
Yes.
Wow.
One coming in Provo, in fact. So stay tuned.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Good to know. All right, guys. Now, this is what the funny thing is. Isn't she beautiful? So our mask mandate has just been lifted, and so here in Utah. So today, literally, you guys, for 6 months, I had never seen her face, or I should say, her pretty smile. And I'm like, I looked at her today, and I said, "You are so beautiful."
She's too kind. Isn't that funny? Like, you think you know what people look like, and then they take their masks off.
Like, wait a minute.
Oh, that's not what I imagined you.
No, exactly. Exactly. So Bonnie said, thanks for helping all of our girlfriend, Kris.
Absolutely. She's a dear. It's been my pleasure.
So I thought it would be really fun today for our 3 at 3 to talk about something that she tried really hard talking to me about while I was here. And that is the proper way to sit at the computer or at the sewing machine, right? Because if I'm like you and you're like me, what happens so often when we're sitting at the sewing machine or the computer, those things we're hunched over. Isn't that right?
It's true. We live in this world with everything in front of us. So
yeah.
So the goal is to keep you guys at your machines for as long as you need to, as long as you want to, and to not see you in physical therapy.
Don't be like Kris.
And if I can offer just some suggestions on when you should maybe see your doctor and or a physical therapist to help you a little bit.
Exactly. So I asked her if she wouldn't mind sharing with us today some tips or ideas or things that we can all do at home in order to help alleviate any neck strain, back pain, shoulders, all those things that when we're hunched over at the machine, think about it, guys. Our neck is forward. We're doing this, and not a good idea, is it, in the long run?
Exactly.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's turn some time over to the expert. Oh, I need to take off number 1 because you are totally our number 2 person today.
Thing number 2.
Thing number 2. I was trying to explain to her what thing number 1 was, thing number 2, and thing number 3.
Excellent. How much time do we have, Kris?
Oh, 15 or so minutes.
Perfect.
If that's okay with you. See, we're at the physical therapy office, and so that's why it is so stark. And they definitely need some quilts in here. I'm just saying.
That's
I
right.
totally,
Don't you
100% agree with you.
There we
Something
go.
pretty on the wall.
Something pretty.
Exactly.
Yucky white.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
So, okay, so we're going to spend some time with Amy, and she's going to take us through some of these things you can do. So, yay! Terry Jo says, I've been sewing today, and my back is killing me.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you've tuned in then.
Yes. I even brought a sewing machine with me.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
So, since the number 1 tip that I could give you is to set an alarm, maybe on your phone or kitchen timer, for every 20 to 30 minutes. And all you do is you just stand up, you walk around your table, you go get a drink of water, and just that change of position is going to be helpful for your body, for your spine.
Okay, that's really hard for us to do because we
know.
like to sit and we just keep going,
That's
right?
So if you can set an alarm and then just
Good
take
idea.
a break and come right back to it. Just walk around kitchen table, desk, and then just come right back to it.
Perfect.
Because I know you're concentrating hard and you're eager to get on to the next thing. So that's tip number 1. If I only had 1 tip for you, that's what it would be. But
Okay.
I have a couple more for you.
Okay.
So posture-wise, there are a couple things we can do, right? Do you see how my neck is quite forward here?
Oh, yeah.
My ears are, and this isn't terribly uncomfortable, right? But it doesn't look very good.
Right.
And it doesn't feel uncomfortable. So when we're sitting, our ears should be over our shoulders here.
Okay.
So
Ears over the shoulders,
ears
ladies.
over the shoulders.
Okay.
Now, go ahead and give that a try. It feels awkward, doesn't it, right? Because sometimes, I'm assuming there's many women here, right? We kind of tend to round our shoulders. Our head weighs 10 to 12 pounds, but when our heads are forward, it actually weighs, it's as if it weighs about 50 to 60 pounds and acting on our lower neck.
Oh.
So,
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yes.
That's really heavy.
It is very heavy. It's a lot of work for that lower neck. So,
Yeah.
So just thinking about, can I take a break? Can I just, this is called a neck retraction.
Okay.
Okay, you're going just straight back. It's just the opposite of this.
So it's the opposite of being a turtle.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So, now you're concentrating, and so you're going to be over the machine quite a bit, obviously. So it's nice to set up your workstation passively so you don't have to think about that as much, if you can.
Okay.
So I brought a couple things with me, if I can show you.
Yeah.
So this actually, I went and got it from my car.
Okay.
Do
you always keep this in your car?
I do. I drive with this.
Oh.
Absolutely. So this is a wedge.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the thick part in the back of my seat.
Okay.
Because your leg position, you want both your feet, well, at least one of your feet, right, on the floor, not crossed or that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then you want this angle to be about 90 degrees, and then same with here, 90 degrees or even just a hair higher. Okay. That's going to be good for your back. So,
is that why the wedge is so important?
Exactly. It's a little thicker in the back than in the front. And if it's a chair that's rather low, see how my back curves out.
Yes.
And so you could even, if you don't have a wedge, you can get one on Amazon pretty cheaply, or you can just get a pillow and just elevate your whole body just a little bit. Okay, and you can see automatically I'm sitting up a little bit straighter.
Oh.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your hips just generally want to be at the level or a little bit above your knees.
Okay.
And then the other thing you can do, we all have an extra pillow, or you guys can make one. Right?
Yes, that's right. We should make it cute.
Exactly. Fun pattern, fun colors.
Uh-huh.
This is fairly firm foam, and you can stick it behind your back.
You recommended that to me, and that has been a lifesaver for me.
Good.
Yes, I love it.
So if you just get yourself set up pretty well, then you don't have to think about your posture quite as much. Okay? Or if you lean forward, this drops, and then it just kind of reminds you to reset your posture a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay, and that you just can pick up on Amazon as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or again, you can use if you have an extra small throw pillow from your couch.
Or you could roll a towel up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then the other thing that's important is the height of your table.
Okay.
And I know that's a little bit tricky sometimes, depending on your environment, but I have this nice adjustable table because I'm at work.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's nice.
You can see if my table's a little too high, my shoulders, as I'm sewing, are going to be up here.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to drive some upper back and neck pain.
Sure.
So it's a little bit tricky, depending on your work surface. If you're finding that you're a little bit too low, you can, again, adjust the height of your chair.
Okay.
Or if there's a way you can artificially elevate your machine a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can be creative with that. I know you can.
Oh, yeah.
Books, plywood,
whatever.
Because you also want to be at about 90 degrees here as well. So you're not up here, and then you're not also leaning down and having to really look forward.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Yeah. So
someone had once mentioned to me that they like to elevate the back of their machine so that it's tilted forward. Have you ever thought of that? Obviously, you don't sew, right?
I am not an expert sewer. I have much to learn.
I can teach you. But would that be helpful or not?
I think for the shoulder height it would be.
Yeah.
And then you just have to make sure you're not looking
again down. So you're not doing the slouching, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes I even tell people, have somebody, when you're not paying attention, just sneak a little photo of you. What your posture actually looks like.
Oh my heck, that would be crazy.
Yes. You're focused on your work and that sort of thing, which is great. And you think your posture is good, but then in all actuality, it's not. What you think it might be.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. And then
nice.
And then just every once in a while too, if you're at a good braking spot, you get up and walk around. You can also, this is called just a upper back retraction. You're just squeezing those shoulder blades.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to try it at the same time as Amy is doing it. Okay, that feels so good actually.
And do this double chin. This is a neck retraction.
Ooh, we normally don't like to see the double chin.
I know.
But
I'm doing it for all of you right now.
That's right.
And so it's basically just the opposite of forward head posture.
So you're saying pull your shoulders back and squeeze those shoulder blades in, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and then we're going to retract our neck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you can always do some light neck stretching, ear to shoulder.
Okay.
30 seconds, 2 times.
Okay.
And then nose to armpit.
Nose to armpit.
Nose to armpit.
Oh, okay.
30 seconds, 2 times. And those are just some really basic neck exercises for you. And if you're having headaches more than once a week, certainly talk to your doctor about that. If you're having numbness, tingling in your arms, weakness in your arms at all, definitely talk to your doctor about that. Or most states you can go and see your physical therapist directly, and then if there's any additional concerns, they can refer you to a doctor too.
There we go. Wow. Very nice. Would you do you do anything else like with your arms or anything like that? Do you try to do stuff?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
You sure can. You can do just some cross arm stretch. Kris likes this one.
Yep, I do. I love that one.
A doorway or a corner stretch.
Okay.
Just like so.
Oh, hold on.
There
Let's
we go.
get you. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Just like so. Again, we're just trying to kind of open up the front.
You're opening up that chest, right?
Exactly. We're just getting out of this forward posture.
So
opening up here, strengthening that upper back if you can. and yeah, making sure your core is engaged a little bit, just sitting upright. Those would be some general recommendations for you.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. That's very cool. So do you guys have any other questions that you want to ask her? Let's take a look here for a minute. I know Amy is extremely busy, so I promised her I wouldn't keep her too long. But let me make sure and see. Let's see. Cindy said, my chair has wheels. Does that matter?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say it doesn't.
Okay.
You know, as long as you don't find yourself scooting back by accident. You know, as long as you,
yes.
You know,
yes.
as you're working,
that. You're trying to
that's just fine.
Still there.
That's a great question.
Linda asked, is a pool noodle thick enough for the back?
That's a great question. That would be a great start, certainly. There's different sizes. This is called a lumbar roll. And this is a smaller one. You can get them larger. And so just play with it. A pool noodle is going to be even cheaper than this would be on Amazon. This would be about $25, $30 on Amazon. But you could certainly do a pool noodle and cut it off. And you could even wrap a towel or two around it, like a hand towel or some fabric.
The thing I do like about this is that it does have this little thing here. So you can actually hook it onto the back of your chair.
And just leave it there.
And I keep one in my car, too. It's been very, very helpful. Let's see. Susie asked, what if you're short and your legs are usually hanging?
Yes, that's a great question. Thank you. You want a little bit of a footstool.
Okay.
So you don't want it too high so that your knees are higher than your hips.
Elevated is going to help your back, isn't it? Then, yeah.
So you could even take that pool noodle and cut it in half so it's flat. You know, or just get a small book or something like that. If your feet are hanging, then that'll put some strain on your low back, certainly. It's a great question.
Joan said she has a lot of neck issues, so she sews in the dining room, she irons in the basement, cuts in the living room, and if she needs a potty break, she goes upstairs. That's exactly kind of what you're saying,
yes,
right?
Change your positioning. And that's a great point. If you have a space where you could even stand, you know, a high counter, or just vary your positions. I love that. That's a fantastic suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Barbara asks, what does she think of those old 2-number back weights with the figure 8 strap? I think it was from Nancy's Notions. I think, it was a back weight that pulled back here.
You know what? I have not seen those.
Okay. But I guess if it would help pull your back, that would be a good thing, right?
Yes, and maybe not to use, you know, all the time. You know, we want your muscles to be nice and strong and do that for you, but sometimes that might be a good reminder, just from a posture, like, oh, how should I be, right? Or just for a little bit of a low load prolonged stretch. But I'm not familiar with those. I'll have to look those up.
Thank you. Roxanne is asking a question. Let me see. Where did it go? Okay. She said the back of her knees are hurting from leaning forward in the sewing chair with legs bent under the chair. Suggestions?
Gotcha. That's a good one. I would, if you can, I would again maybe just try and elevate, maybe get a couple pillows. And elevate. I'm wondering if your chair is maybe just a hair too low. Maybe like that.
Okay.
And then you might have to lift your machine up as well.
Right. Sorry. Oh, you're okay.
This is Becca, our front office manager.
Oh, Becca. There we go. All right. Is she needing to get out there now?
She's got 2 patients.
Okay.
So just finish.
Okay.
To let her know.
Okay. So let me just look real quick. Best information. They're telling you yoga moves are great. Drink water too.
Yes.
Lots of water, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Distracted in the day.
And just walk. Go for walks. That's the best exercise you can get for your health, for sure.
How about stretching the back real quick?
That's a great question. It's a little bit specific. So I don't want to give any general advice for the low back because that's a little tricky. But if you're having back pain, go into your PT for a visit or two, and they'll just set you up with a home program that's specific to if you're having back pain.
Awesome.
So.
Okay, I'm gonna let her go. She's got patience. So thank you.
Thank you
so
for having
much.
me. It was a joy.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun, and it was so great to see your smile.
Absolutely. Likewise.
I told Rebecca, I said, I've never seen you. Exactly.
Well, thank you for allowing me the chance to
you're welcome.
be with all of you
You're
today.
welcome.
It's a joy.
I'm going to hang out in here for just a few more minutes. Is that okay?
Yep.
To
Sounds
finish
good.
this off? Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Baby girl quilts for my granddaughter.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, you guys. So awesome. You guys, wasn't that wonderful? Isn't she amazing? Let's see. I'm going to... So I said, I don't know if she'll even be able to do this, but I'm so glad that she was able to get away for a few minutes because I'll tell you, she is just one of the nicest people ever. And when I asked her, she was like, absolutely, I'd be happy. And I said, I know you are so busy. I mean, these guys, they are busy. You should see it. It's hopping out there. And to be able to have her help is just so I'm just so grateful. So yeah, Kathy says, sorry, that's your office away from the shop. Oh, how true that is, Kathy. I know these people. We've been BFFs for this past year, and I know they feel so bad that I'm still having to do the surgery and everything, but you know what? It's totally okay. They did the best that they could do, and they've been wonderful, and I highly recommend them. Annette was asking where they're located, and Annette, they're right down the street from us. They are right down the street on 1400 North, but they also have locations in Provo and Clearfield, South Logan, obviously for, those of you who are local. But, I think it's great advice that she shares is to be thinking about our posture and our position at the sewing machine. And when she was helping me, when I first started physical therapy, and she was noticing the way I was holding my neck, the way I was, kind of hunched over, and she said, Kris, what do you do for a living? And I told her, and she was like, yep, we got some work to do, right? And so everything that she has helped with has just been tremendous, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for modern medicine. I'm grateful for people who do all that they can to help you, and then we let. Sometimes we have to take even further measures, and I'm just so grateful for people like that. So anyway, Deborah asked what surgery I'm having done. I'm having ACDF surgery next week, a week from today, actually. So, yeah, it's been quite the year. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed being able to learn a few things. And if you try out some of those techniques that she's talked to us about today, I would love to hear about your experience. And if you are just glad to be able to learn some of those things. Some of those things are not, it's not like it's mind-blowing, right? These are things that are pretty common that are like, okay, well, pull our shoulders back like this, pull this back. But when she said about how your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds, but when you have it forward like this, do you remember what she said? It's like 50. That's crazy. Like from 10 to 12 pounds to then having like this, it's like having 50 pounds out here. No wonder we have neck issues, right? No wonder. So good information to remember, right? So the most important thing I've learned is that we have to take care of ourselves. And I know that a lot of us put everyone else and everyone else's needs ahead of our own, right? But it's so, so important. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but it's so, so important that we do take care of ourselves, that we are mindful of when our body is hurting and when we need to be able to do what we can to make it feel better, so that we are working at our best, at our greatest capacity, right? Yes, Alice said your computer needs to be higher too when you're on camera. Yes, I agree. Normally, today I'm at the physical therapy office. I didn't bring my stand, but normally I do have it up here like this. And that was another thing that my physical therapist told me so often. She said, especially for those of you who have laptops, our laptops, here we go, are down here. And so we're forward like this, right? So one of the things I purchased on Amazon was I bought a computer like little shelf. And so normally when I'm doing 3 at 3, I'm up here like this. All right. And sometimes it's a little wiggly, and people might wonder, why is it wiggling? It's because it's on a little stand. But that is really, and what I've been doing even at the office, is my laptop is now up here, okay, so that I'm not going down like this. So lots of little tips and tricks, you know, to be thinking about as we sit back and we stretch those muscles, we stretch those neck. I love the nose to the armpit. You can feel, like, do this with me, guys, right now. I want you to put your nose to your neck, and you can feel that stretch. And oh, it feels so good to have that kind of stretch, right? So we do this on our computers, we do this on our sewing machines, and so yeah, these are things to be mindful of, okay? All right, let's see. Kathy said, I guess I'll hang an earring that touches my shoulder. If not, straighten up. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, Sable said she catches herself looking down and over too much with her iPad. Another reason to bring it up. Bring it up. It'll be very, very helpful. So anyway, hopefully you felt like this was good information today. Happy 1 year, 3 at 3. Hello. Think of all the things that we've been learning about this year. And now we've got a little physical therapy thrown into it. So why not, right? Okay, so that takes me to theme number 3. And that is, I felt like this was perfectly fitting today, was that we have Palm Mini Massagers on sale today, 25% off. And have any of you ever used these? They are awesome. They are so cool. We have them in gray and pink. And she loves these. Amy loves these. And I was going to have her talk about them, but she needed to get out there. So I hope I can do it justice as to how cool these are. Have any of you used them? These have these metal balls that are in them. I think this would be a perfect gift for Mother's Day, or just for yourself, right? But thinking about Mother's Day coming up, if you put one of these in a little cute little fabric basket, and, you know, maybe some, you know, massage oils or something that would be kind of nice and relaxing. But these are little palm massagers. Like I said, I'm not going to do it justice of what Amy was going to say about them, so I'm going to read what it says on the package. I know I've used them, and I think they're wonderful, but let me tell you why they're so wonderful. So they alleviate muscle cramps and lactic acid buildup, helps with post-workout soreness, good for home, office, and travel use. It's portable, and no battery is needed. So, yeah, definitely. And you can... you just put, there's a little thing for the palm, Okay, and then you just rub it in. You can rub it on your shoulder, have someone do it on your back. Sometimes I'll rub it on my thigh if I've got, you know, a muscle that needs to be worked out on my thigh, whatever it might be. They feel so good. Okay, so this is our deal of the day today. I thought it was very fitting for talking about physical therapy. So check it out. Go to mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com and type in deal of the day, and you'll find these for, I believe they're like $9.99 on sale today. Okay, remember that shipping is a $5 flat rate shipping, and any order over $75 is free. So again, you have a choice between the silver gray. Oh, I didn't notice that. Cellulite and tension massage. Okay, rub it on your cellulite, I guess. I don't know. And then you have the pink, and then you have the aqua. Okay, it does not come with an extension handle, Brenda. It's just the palm massager. So there you go. All right. Yay, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it.